So these were like some opinions about green fashion. I think we all see that it's very unclear what green fashion is, and I would like to ask Dr. Hundekar for the start what she thinks falls under the term green fashion. What do we understand of green fashion, under green fashion?
Hello. Yeah, thanks, Benjamin. According to me, green fashion, it is making clothes or accessory that takes into account environment, that also takes into account consumer health, which is very, very important aspect, and definitely social responsibilities, the third area, wherein the fashion producers who are into fashion industry, they have, labor and all related issues, women related issues, and definitely child labor is very important issue as far as Asian countries are concerned. So here, according to me, is, whenever we are talking about green fashion, when it has ecological concerns, or when it thinks about environmental factors, it definitely falls under that. Let me tell you, India has got rich heritage, and all traditional processes, I have observed, has got very strong impact, wherein it falls definitely under this support of ecological concern. So I would like to tell you all that India was into green fashion since ages. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, so this is one of the issues. It was since ages, and the industry came in with the chemicals, with the industrial impact, with the cycles of fashion, with the buying cycles, all the trade shows, etc. You mentioned one point, or you mentioned 3 points. You mentioned the social aspect and as well as the environmental aspect. Let us go a little bit back and maybe get an idea, like how does fashion start? We need materials, right? Like we need raw materials, and this could be either cotton, this could be recycled materials, and if you understand that India is one of the biggest cotton producers in the world, and the textile industry is one of the biggest polluting industries in the world, like 16% of insecticides are used on cotton, and it's only 2.5% agricultural land, then you see that there's a big issue that needs to be tackled. So I would like to ask, Mr. Kotari about this. He's working with cotton mainly, yeah? And you're working with organic cotton. What was your decision to use organic cotton instead of conventional cotton, and what are the benefits of organic cotton at all?
So before I answer that question, just to set the base on what organic cotton means. Organic has become a commonplace term these days in India, and we think it means natural, it means pure. But there's a technical description behind that as well. So if you want to call your product organic cotton, it starts with the seeds themselves. The seeds have to be non-genetically modified, and you cannot use any toxic synthetic pesticides or herbicides when you're growing. Those are the two main conditions for that. The reason why we started with organic was actually the social aspect for it. The situation with the cotton farmers in India is really dire. There's 200,000 farmers committing suicide in India every year since the last 14, 15 years. Okay? That's one every half an hour on average. That's a really shocking number. One every half an hour. And you just can't believe that that's happening to farmers which are cultivating a cash crop. They're supposed to be making money out of this. But the problem started when these GMCs were introduced. They have to take high interest loans for them. They have to buy pesticides from the same company. And they start taking these loans from the government, the crop fails, and they start taking them from private loan sharks, and they get into this cycle of debt which they can't escape. And the only way out for them is to drink the same pesticide which they're using on the farms. So for us, that was really shocking. I could not believe that it's been going on for so long and they're not doing anything about it. An easy answer is to switch to organic farming. as a rule of thumb, organic farmers do not commit suicide. They've got the support. They work in co-ops usually. They use natural seeds, so the input costs are much lower. And it seems like a no-brainer because the product is much better. You get healthier soil, healthier villages, and a softer cotton product. So it just seemed like they needed more support. They're working in small groups right now, but more and more brands doing this, more and more discussions like this help them a lot. And our goal is to create that awareness and tell more people the same story that I'm telling.
Have you visited cotton farms yourself? Have you seen organic projects, and where can they be located in India?
So the group which we work with is based in Hyderabad. They're called Chetna, and you can definitely reach out to them directly. They're an organic cotton farmers co-op, and they work in 5 different states. Our cotton comes from Orissa and from Maharashtra. We're going to Maharashtra next to Vidarbha region in the next couple of months. So we couldn't go right now because of the main harvesting season. They didn't want us there to disturb them. But it's growing at a rapid rate. They started with 200 farmers in '94. They're up to 9,000 farmers last year. So it's a growing movement. If anyone wants to go, we're definitely going next month. We're happy to take people from here as well.
So the cotton is grown organically. That means there are no pesticides used. That means people who are on the fields, they don't poison themselves actually, because they have no protection material. As per my knowledge, they have to spray these things. It goes to the skin, and it also is in the garment later on, which is horrible because they are like dying and they are slowly getting cancer and diseases actually. I think about the cotton issue we can have some figures later on and talk about it more deeply maybe. From another raw material which is also available, I would like to come to Ms. Ahuja. Maybe she can tell us a little bit about what it has to do with waste, because cotton is something grown, you know, it's a raw material that is out there, natural, but you're using waste. What is incredible, you're using waste and you make fashion. What can we understand out of this, and how did you come to this idea at all?
We all produce waste as an individual. We all produce waste as an individual, as a city, all the industries create waste, as a nation we create waste, and the whole planet is actually creating waste. And this waste is only going to increase. We cannot stop development. So the